Hey everybody, welcome back to the Damn Yankees podcast, produced by Seven Ashes Productions. I'm Megan, that's my brother Ryan, and over there's the baseball dummy Cliff, our producer. And happy opening day. Yay!
Yeah, finally here.
Yes.
Yeah, some sports happened today, right?
Yes, all the baseball happened today. I think they said everybody played, which is not normal on opening day. So, yeah.
Now, I'm sure it might be a little different. I don't know how your work situations, you might be in your own office away from people. But of course, since I work at a school, you're not away from people. Okay, well, since I work at a school with kids around and with other teachers in my classroom, I kind of have to have my phone set up. Well, after like MLB tried to not let me in, finally got in to watch it on MLB TV, and I had people being like, "Oh, you're really showing a good example for the
for
the kids here being on technology." And I'm like, "It's opening day," and she was like, the main teacher in the classroom was like, "So." I was like, "You don't understand. This is a national holiday." And she's like, "I really don't think it is."
I saw doctors, or I don't know.
I saw doctors'
excuse notes from MLB.
Yeah, the Yankees specifically gave me a day off of work, but I'm here.
Right? I came in. You should be thankful I'm even
happy.
Here. Yeah, if I didn't have to take off tomorrow, I would have asked off for today because it was really hard not to like when Judge hit his home run
first. Yeah, I know. I had to keep myself.
I was like,
first pitch.
First pitch, yeah.
First pitch.
I had looked down to do some actual work, and I'm listening, and then I look up. So I couldn't remember if I had seen a pitch go by or not. So when I tweeted out, I was like, "First at bat," but I couldn't remember it. I was like, "Oh, it was first pitch."
Well, and what's crazy too is he's the home run leader from last year. He's also the first person to hit a home run in 2023.
That was going around all day on Twitter, like yesterday, about I wanted to be like Aaron Judge will, and I was like, that's just too obvious and boring.
It's too obvious. It's not going to happen. Like I was thinking the same thing. I was like I wanted the storybook one of having Volpe do it in the second inning. Someone said, "Oh, it's going to be Josh Donaldson," because of course, why would it not be?
But a single.
I was glad to see that he got a single today.
Yes, he did. Right before Torres' home run.
Okay.
So that's what
of course, being at work, there was periods where I had to
kind of look away. I had the same. Yeah, I'm trying to. At least I have a desk job, so I just had my computer over in the corner. I kind of turned it away just a little, so my boss, who sits basically right behind me, I didn't want I know she's seen me watch it before and she doesn't care, but just definitely focus on work.
I must have missed the single.
Game. Totally not.
I saw Torres' home run, but I did not see the single. So anyway, good for him, I guess, to get a single.
Yeah, because he had two other strikeout looking.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, and the first one, we were just talking about it. The first one, he was struck out looking, and it was just kind of ironic because you have Judge who hits a home run first inning, first pitch, and then JD strikes out looking. I think I tweeted out that Judge,
we're back.
Judge hits a home run and JD strikes out looking, so I guess the Yankees are back.
Yeah.
Back to our old ways. Though I would say, just to give JD a little bit of credit, that was kind of a questionable call among many.
His third at bat was definitely I remember looking at that I think that one is the one I saw that was that's a terrible call. So Les Diaz today was not so hot, but
it
did
Cole
result in
shouting
many strikeouts. Yeah, you could hear that on the mic.
Apparently, and I have not seen it, but somebody on Yankees Twitter tweeted out. I want to say it was Gabe, playoff Tanaka Gabe.
Yeah.
I think he said something to the fact that Trevino even said "Are you fucking kidding me?" or something like that.
Yeah, Trevino uncharacteristically like whipped his helmet off and
Mask
was
off.
like, yeah, it was like, it just seemed very unlike him to
Untraditional,
actually
yeah.
show like anger and like disagreement with the ump. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
But that was on the balk, right?
That was on the balk from Wandy.
Yeah, which
But I just know that there was just a bad day for Laz behind the plate.
Hey, popping the balloon, like, man.
Well, there was a message written on it. Did anybody see what that was?
I think I said like "Go Yankees" or something. Like,
okay,
yeah, it definitely said Yankees. I saw.
Okay, I only saw the message.
Like crushed that thing.
Yeah, he crushed that thing, got rid of it really quick. I did not see what it specifically said, but I thought it would have been hilarious if somebody made a balloon to make a message to him that said, like, your calls suck.
Do better.
Yeah, Cole was very vocal against him today.
But he did get his 11 strikeouts, and
yes, Cole did get his 11 strikeouts.
Set a Yankees opening day record.
Yankees opening day record, but was beat by Webb today with strikeouts. But that's not really the stat that matters because
he didn't win. So
well, and Webb did. I will say Webb had which I just found out that he's 26 years old. Like, no offense to him, he just does not look 36. 26. Sorry, he does not look 26 years old.
Yeah, I wouldn't have pegged him at 26.
But I mean, that's exciting for Giants fans if he stays around out there. That he's a younger guy, but I guess he's not typically a strikeout pitcher. He's mostly a pitch for contact hitter.
Oh,
they were talking about that early in the game when Judge hit his home run. That they knew early on that they were trying to get under the ball, and maybe that's part of why the Yankees were striking out because they were trying to get some lift on it.
Yeah.
Because he grounds people out a lot.
Gotcha.
But he did have 12 strikeouts. He had a really good game outside of two pitches early on where he gave up the home run to Judge and then the home run to Torres. And then I really don't think he should have gone out in the seventh inning, but they sent him out there and he got hit around again. But a cool pitching duel for the Yankees opening day. I thought that was fun to watch.
Made for a pretty quick game, just over 2.5 hours. So
yes,
which is
part of that is the pitch clock. But it was a good game.
Yeah,
I liked it.
Yeah,
of course, the Yankees winning makes me like it even more.
Yeah, the Yankees win 5-0. We're happy. DJ hits with runners in scoring position. We're happy. Yep. We're it's a good game, good vibes. Volpe, his first opening day, first day of the big leagues.
Got his first on base at bat to get on base, but it was not a hit. He got a walk and then a stolen base. But
good.
When have we ever seen a Yankees stolen base that was like an intentional stolen base? I don't know. It's hard to say that because
I think they did a little more last year, but it's not the Yankees way.
Right. It's just exciting to have a player that gets on base with the intention threat to steal.
I was, I like that he stole the base. I was also I really like that he was, dancing around back there to, right away was, I'm just going to mess with
some distraction. He seems very comfortable. It wasn't his best day at the plate. Wasn't anything like we saw at spring training. But none of his swings ever looked.
Even when he struck out, there was that one, the third at bat. I thought his swing looked pretty nice, and it was just. He was
very smooth. It just looked like some timing was off. I mean, I remember watching one. It was like, man, he is just early on one of them, and I mean, he's a rookie.
Opening day nerves and
But
I think that
you see rookies come in and completely whiff at balls and almost do a.
Out of their shoes kind of thing.
Out of their shoes type of, trying to do too much. I don't really feel like he just did too much. The timing maybe was off. Maybe this wasn't a pitcher he's used to.
And there's an adjustment from spring training to opening to the regular season anyway. So, I think he'll be fine. I mean, I think he had great defense. That didn't affect his play on the field at all.
Yeah, very good defense.
And like I said, I don't think his at-bats were bad. That just didn't show, nothing to show for it, I guess, other than the walk and the stolen base. So, I mean, that's
walk and
not
stolen
nothing.
base.
So, I mean, I think he had a good opening day. I'm sure, I saw the interview with him after the game, and he was just, all smiles and,
I'm sure. The
just,
patch that I'm sure like he's going to save that jersey.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Did you see the patch that
Yeah,
comes
I
with
saw
it now for MLB debuters?
Yeah. So,
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Anybody making their major league debut on opening day gets a little patch for.
Well, I think any MLB debuter. So anytime during the season that someone makes a debut, they get that patch to commemorate their jersey, and they can save it and,
Yeah, that's a great idea. Why not?
Yeah. I think it's the cool things that MLB is doing not only for fans, but for players.
Recognize the young players, the exciting players. And
I know it's like a common hot take to like bash everything that Commish Manfred does, but I think recently he's made a lot of good calls after last year I thought he should have been fired. But I think he's finally maybe listening to the fans and to the players and to the MLBPA.
Not a fan.
Hopefully that stuff continues.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the second base runner, whatever.
I don't know why that sticks around. I'm glad that they take it away in postseason, but
yes.
I thought it was a good thing to add for it wasn't that added for the COVID year.
Yeah, it was added for the COVID year. And so, but I can see adding the extra runner on second and extra innings after the 12th. I think I've seen a lot of people say most extra inning games are done before the 12th inning. And so, that's Yeah. So if we get to the 12th inning, then maybe let's do something, because you're talking about 2% of games or something dumb. I don't remember the actual stat, but
I don't like the fact that a team can win a game in extra innings without getting a hit.
And I think I was talking to Betty, their stepmom, and she was like, "Oh, so what do you mean they reward the person who got out last with second base?" I was like, "Yeah." When she said it that way, I was like. It already sucks, but you're rewarding the person who
just got
out with essentially a double, leadoff double.
Yeah, definitely don't like that. I agree with you that maybe after a certain inning.
That's an umpire's take if I ever heard one.
What'd you say?
So that's an umpire's take if I ever heard one.
Oh, Betty's yeah.
Well, Betty's a former umpire. Umped a lot of games. All the way up college and semi-pro level, I believe.
Yeah, I think semi-pro level. Yeah, so she would have a different take on some of. I'm
curious what her take is on the Yaz or Laz.
Oh, sure.
The Laz stuff from us earlier, and she'd probably say, "Well, you can't make everybody happy. People are gonna."
Right. Yeah, well, it's easy to say that from on this side of the screen instead of right there.
Yes.
But. Anyway, so opening day was really exciting. I know we just went on a little tangent, but that seeing Volpe in number 11, Guardy's old jersey.
Yes,
and, that was.
I love the way he did it too. For him to go and call Gardner when Gardner hasn't even worn the jersey in a year.
Yeah.
It just shows that he understands. He's a Yankee at heart,
Yeah.
He was born.
Too, so.
Did you see that he was born with a Yankee game going on in his?
I did not.
His dad or his grandfather, I guess, was such a fan. Yeah, that they had it on in the delivery room because the game was happening, and apparently, Jeter went 2 for 5 in that game. And the rest of the Yankees were 2-10, or 2-10 doesn't sound right. Maybe 2-10 with runners in score. I remember 2-10 was one of the numbers that was put up. The Yankees were not having a good day, but Jeter did his thing and was on it and won the game for the Yankees that day. So it's just from the time of birth, this guy's been destined to be a Yankee. There are some eerily similar things to between him and Jeter. on the fact that they were born in the New York area. Now Jeter did end up getting moved, like his family moved to the Detroit,
the
Michigan area.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Volpe's like a true New Jersey boy. Like,
yes, and both had always dreamed of being Yankee shortstop. Both were drafted by the Yankees. Both made it through the farm system fairly quick. They're both opening day shortstops for the Yankees. So hopefully he has a similar career. I mean, I don't want to put, I mean, I'm not going to be the one putting pressure on him because it's just me. But
I mean, in general, I think, today, like I said, I know it didn't result in any hits or anything, but I think, what he showed today was pretty good. He looked good out there.
Jeter didn't hit on his MLB debut either, I don't think so.
He looked good.
He did on his opening day. He had a home run in his opening day.
That's true.
Debut,
that's true.
But not his MLB debut.
Everybody can't be Jeter, but
but it takes time.
Like I said, there were at least two really good defensive plays that I remember seeing from him.
He made a good double play.
It was overall very good. Everybody had a fun, good game today. Yeah.
Yes. I love seeing Torres.
Hell yeah.
Torres hitting a home run. He looked happy. He was,
Yeah, I love to see him. At the end, like motion to the crowd, like give me your cheers, give me your cheers.
Yeah, he was pointing from the home run, like out to all the fans as he's going around. Like it's just good to see. I know Torres tends to have that streak of not, being sad Glaber. It's good to see happy Glaber starting off the season really well. I mean, I've been a big fan of Glaber all offseason. I feel like there's a lot of Yankee fans who have been wanting him traded. That was a very typical take of trade him so you can have Peraza and Volpe. But I really think that, it's just one home run, but I really think this is what Torres brings to this team. We need somebody who is able to help protect our big hitters. And we don't have a lot of additional power hitters. The Yankees used to be all power hitters. Now we've moved away from that. And so we need guys like Torres who are able to protect our big hitters up front. So
came up big today. Donaldson gets on with a single and he gets a 2-run home run. That's great.
Marinaccio came in for 2 innings.
Marinaccio,
had his changeup was
sick.
Yeah, it was looking really good. Those are all good things. Especially for him being injured last year, coming back out this year. Hopefully we see similar things from King. I'm sure we'll see him soon. I feel like we probably would have seen them had it been a closer game, but with a 5-run lead.
Yeah, I think I saw Loaizaga get up, but yeah.
I thought Loaizaga went in.
Oh, he did go in. See, he was only in for one.
He was in for one inning.
Right after
he came in after Peralta.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That was probably while I was actually working and just listening.
Yeah, but I'm sure if the 7th inning didn't happen with DJ's RBI, and we stayed a 3-0 game, I think the 8th and 9th inning would have been King and then
Holmes. Yeah. No, this was good. I'm glad we got to see those guys pitch today. Well, I didn't see Loaizaga pitch, but it was. Everybody had a good game. I think.
Yeah.
It was.
I'm definitely hoping that
good opening day.
Cabrera got his opportunity to start today. I think
absolutely.
I think a lot of people were surprised by it, and not because Hicks.
Not because he didn't earn it, but because of the Yankees MO.
Just because of the way the Yankees are. And,
I would not have been surprised if Hicks was in left field today. I think everybody would have been really disappointed. I think another thing, Boone's not dumb. And I'm glad that I don't think I heard any boos for JD Donaldson going up to the plate.
Not that I'm aware of going up to the plate, but we weren't there, so we're not.
Unfortunately, weren't there. So, it wasn't loud enough anyway for it to come through if they did. So I'm, at least glad for that. I don't know if the same thing would have happened for Hicks to go up there. Honestly,
I would say that he might have seen it only because Cabrera. starting over
obviously earned
Cabrera
it.
would have upset people.
And so I think Boone was probably at least, attentive to that. Yeah. And so he wasn't going to do that to Hicks.
Yeah.
And Cabrera earned it. So
Cabrera did earn it. I hope that he didn't
did.
have the best day today.
I hope that doesn't mean that Yankee Hicks is in it.
You're right back on
Saturday.
the bench because that doesn't help him out.
No.
Cabrera,
Well, and I think like one of those strikeouts was definitely a bad Laz call.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the ones that was like way off the plate, and he even like looked like what he did his like semi Soto shuffle kind of thing, but he struck out, and it was like, so yeah, he got struck out 5 times today. Yeah,
Cabrera did.
I think so, or 4 times he struck out.
He struck out a lot. I didn't realize it was 5. That's a terrible sombrero. I don't even know. Is that a platinum sombrero?
So I heard somebody say the sombrero. He struck out 4 times. So
okay,
that's one of the sombreros. That's a golden sombrero, right?
Golden sombrero, yeah.
Yeah. So, because I saw somebody say, Cabrera had a golden sombrero today, so Hicks is starting Saturday. I was like, I really hope not, but we'll see.
Not this is people don't realize this is Cabrera's first opening day too.
Yeah, and so
I think so much has gotten lost in Volpe, and deservingly so. Volpe is an amazing star, but Cabrera is a rookie as well. Like people, I think. Yeah. I know that nobody's looking at him as a veteran, but people also maybe not are realizing that he's also.
Yeah, I mean, he made such a big splash last year and made such a difference at the end of the year. Maybe it's hard to remember, or it's easy to forget that this is his first opening day. Like he is still a rookie. So I think that's fine. Again, it's opening day. The other Yankees picked him up. They won 5-0. Who cares that he struck out?
He'll settle in. I think
exactly.
Again, I think there are. We talked about it all throughout spring training about how spring training can be good or bad, and just kind of depends on the way you look at it. It's spring training, but he did have a really great spring training against good pitching. Like it wasn't like he was coming in at the bad half, like the minor leaguers half of the games. Like he was starting a lot of games and he was hitting a lot. So I'm sure it'll come around for Cabrera. I'm sure he'll be back in the lineup. I'm hoping that he's back in the lineup for Saturday, but
we'll see.
We'll see what they do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they give it to Hicks, though. And not necessarily, I hope it's not because I hope that was already the plan. You know what I mean? Like it was the plan to start Hicks on Saturday. And maybe told to him like, hey, you're going to start opening day, but we're going to give Hicks Saturday. Like, I hope that would be the case. Not like, hey, you're going to be our starter to go in the season. And then immediately hit the abort button from opening day.
Because we went over 4.
But like you said, other Yankees picked him up. It's a very good start to opening day. You always want to start your season off with a win. So I'm excited.
Absolutely. All right. So their next game is at 4:00 on Saturday. But yes, we can talk about what happened on the rest of the league a little bit.
Yes.
It's not all around, but a little bit of what we saw already today. And
I think one of the big things, I can even be a little bit of blame for this too. Like I had initially Cole as my MVP, or not MVP, my Cy Young prediction, and I changed it for Jacob DeGrom. Now, obviously, this is his first game, so let's not overreact to things, but it is interesting.
Would we not be Yankee fans if we didn't overreact a little bit? No.
Sure. But Cole, who I think a lot of people outside of Yankee fans who, and there's always a little bit of just wanting to believe that the Yankees are overrated. And maybe we are in some ways when we're not. No.
No.
But like Cole has had value, and we've seen it. I know that there's some games where he gets pissed off and he gets, like some little thing.
Yeah, I know. I even texted you in the middle of the game.
You texted me. He's like, "Oh no,
this call is coming. Please don't unravel." Because
he does. He unravels at times.
And I think it was like towards the end of the season last year where he kind of fixed
it.
Yeah. maybe
So hopefully
middle.
that continues. But he's been a solid starter for us, and he always gets that overrated spider tack merchant label.
Yeah, thanks, Josh Donaldson.
And and opening day we have Cole, who as we said earlier, broke the strikeout record for the Yankees on opening day. With 11 strikeouts in only 6 innings, by the way.
He broke the, people don't want to put him in the top 10. I know there are more strikeouts now, obviously, but he broke Ron Guidry's Yankees strikeout record last year. Season strikeout. So, this man is good.
And then on the same token, guys like DeGrom and Burns, who are both, consensus top 5 pitchers in the league. I think DeGrom gave up 5 earned runs today.
I think that's right.
In only 3 innings. And Burns gave up 4. And I know we talked before that Burns is kind of dealing with some, stuff going on with him and the
But when
Brewers
he's on the mound,
organization.
I'm sure he's trying to do everything he can. So for him to do that,
Yeah. So, and again, this is the first game. I don't want to overreact too much, but I think it's a good, it's a really good way for Cole just to show that, he is a legit top 5. He's not overrated. I'm not going to blow the water, and say DeGrom is a shitty pitcher all of a sudden because he had one bad start.
No, not that. But it's
Cole, I think, has proven today that he belongs in that conversation of top 5.
He most certainly should. There shouldn't be some narrative that he doesn't belong in the top 10 pitchers in baseball. Seriously, I just went to look it up to see what
Texas. Though they still won that game outside.
They did. I just saw that they scored. They scored 9 runs in the 4th inning.
Yeah. I mean,
so they
Texas
really
could be a surprisingly good team. I mean, they got a decent rotation. I mean, again, DeGrom didn't have the best day, but I mean, they've got a really decent. They bolstered their rotation. I know they weren't one of my picks to make the wild card, but they're a dark horse team that could do something.
DeGrom went 3.2, 6 hits, 5 earned runs, 7 strikeouts.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure he'll figure it out. He's an all-time great. Yeah. He's a future Hall of Famer. He's going to figure.
Not what you want.
Not what you want. To quote Joe Girardi.
Yeah.
Speaking of Joe Girardi and his former team, the Phillies, I want to make a quick remission. I don't know if whoever has watched our podcast. Well, I'm going to keep with the Phillies as my predicted one for now. I'll probably have it changed by our mid-season predictions.
I mean, not going to lie, the Braves didn't start out so hot today either.
Well, and I'm not really changing it because of how they started, though they did lose and they lost by. They did not look good. They started off good, but they fell apart quickly. Yeah. I don't know how I didn't know this or how I didn't remember this, but Harper is out for half the season.
Oh.
I think I had known that, and I just
forgot. Yeah, because I
forgot about it.
I forgot about it too. I didn't.
I was looking today, and all of a sudden I was like, "Well, why isn't Harper in that?" But I was like, "Well, that would have changed my my predictions." I mean, that's bad on my part. I mean, if I want to be a bit more serious about this, I guess I got to know who the big stars are that are out. But
it's the Yankee pod, right?
Yeah, it's the Yankee pod. We're focused on the Yankees, and to be fair, I have been focused on the Yankees. I didn't even think to look about Harper. I knew he was injured at the end of last season. I guess in my mind I was like, oh, he'll be back to start the season. But
you might as well just ask me to do the predictions.
Might be back sooner than he initially thought, but expected to only play DH again. Because he had basically Tommy John surgery.
Gotcha.
So
I completely forgot about that. Yeah.
But he had the Tommy John surgery a while ago. That's why he's been only a DH. But I guess that there's still issue with it.
I guess I don't
know.
even understand. I don't even know what happened. We'll have to go.
Yeah, I would need to be a little bit more versed on. If there's any Phillies fans watching, I apologize. I apparently did not know enough about Harper's injury.
We have a laundry list of injuries, so
we're keeping up with a long list of our injuries as it is. I mean, we've got we went over the list.
I can find it.
The Yankees tweeted it out. I've got it here, but real quick before we get into that, just while I'm thinking about it, did you see Devers as the first batter this season to strike out via the pitch clock violation?
Oh no, I didn't see it, but
So basically, and I wish I could throw up a clip, but basically, there's some Red Sox fans, and the announcer actually during the game was annoyed with the call. But I don't know. When I watched it just and I don't want to come across as a bitter. I hate the Red Sox, fan, a Yankee fan here, but like. It seemed like a pitch clock violation to me. He gets into the box. It takes a bit of time to get into the box. He kind of glances at the pitcher. The pitcher, I guess, is not fully ready, but nothing says the pitcher has to be ready in 8 seconds.
That's kind of the rub of it. Like, you have to be ready at 8 seconds. The pitcher doesn't.
Yeah. And after he's in there, he like glances at the pitcher, looks back down, clicks his bat on his heels again to get some of the set. Yeah, and he's not looking at all. Like, the only look he gives is like this glancing look and looks right back down. Now, he does get set just about as 8 seconds has just passed. Like, it's not like
how many pitchers have been called.
The time has passed.
Yeah. Like, how many pitchers have been called at 0 when their knee is not up or whatever the rule is.
And I think the MLB has established that they are taking this thing seriously and that they are going to be pretty strict.
Really strict in spring training. So and maybe you thought they'd loosened it a little, and I think I thought they'd loosened it a little too, like regular season, but it's game 1.
Maybe as the season goes on, but obviously
I don't really expect it for game 1.
But also I just feel like, and maybe again, this is a biased Yankee fan's opinion here, and maybe I would have felt differently if it was a Yankee who got called on the strikeout. But
of course you'd feel differently if it's you, but or you'd be mad. But they went, like you said, all spring with these rules, and
they knew the rules.
Yeah, like if he's not set in the box and looking at, I could understand if he's like actually looking at the pitcher and
maybe doing something else, like
maybe his
rotation on the bat, or
but he's there and he's pretty much ready. Like, I could see being mad about that.
Devers was like looking down at the ground, and 8 seconds had already passed by the time he starts to look up. So.
Yeah, that the rule's a rule. I mean, you can talk about should there be changes to these rules. But the rule is the batter has to be ready at 8 seconds. The pitcher does not. So pitcher just needs to pitch by the 15 or 20 second mark.
Yeah. And lastly, the cool thing, just shifting on from that, last cool thing I saw from today around the league was the Mets have a new closer. I mean, Mets fans probably already knew this. I don't know. They're probably more well-versed on what's their plans, but I didn't know until today. But our former setup man and closer, David Robertson,
D-Rob,
is now the Mets closer. He closed out the game today. The Mets won, I think, 5-3. It's a close game. I think they took the lead in the 7th or 8th. Getting 2 runs in. They were tied 3-3 going late into the game, but D-Rob came in the 9th and closed it out. I think he had 2 strikeouts. So. He was definitely one over the trading deadline last year. I was hoping that we were going to bring in. We didn't. We ended up getting Scott Frost instead. which did not work out too well so far.
Not so far, but I think he'll probably.
Yeah, hopefully he comes back. I know he's got another year additional to this one that he'd be under control with.
Is that true? Okay, nice.
I believe so. So,
well, a couple other.
Yes, yeah.
There's a couple other things from around the league that's not so great. Did you see Verlander?
Verlander's hurt.
And now Fried exits.
Max Fried is too. Actually, I think I did see that because did he exit in the game?
Yeah, exits game with left hamstring discomfort. I think I saw that he was he was covering first, right? And
I did not see that. No,
I think he was running over to first, and that's how it happened.
Just pulled his
hamstring. Hopefully it wasn't like the bag. Remember we were talking about
the bag is kind of a little bit more flat, so maybe I'd have to.
Hopefully it wasn't that, but I'd have to look up. I just saw it, today going through some of the updates.
Thanks.
But so
and Max Fried is a great pitcher. He's not a high strikeout kind of guy, but I mean he's a great pitcher. He's great for the Braves organization.
Absolutely.
Verlander getting injured. I know we're Yankees fans, and obviously we don't
want to see.
We like seeing the Mets be the Mets, but
right?
That's not something that we want to.
I know. I did text you that the Mets were Metsing again when I saw that. But
but speaking of ILs, the Yankees are being the Yankees and have
if it makes anybody feel better. I was going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Start the season with 7 of our
people on the IL.
Well,
Harrison Bader,
6 of the 7 that we would have expected to see, regularly.
Harrison Bader is on the IL for 10 days. That's retro to the
Monday.
27th. So he's going to be back about April 6th.
That sounds right. I can look it up. I could count.
Ben Rotvert, who we've joked before that. How do you say his name? Ben Rotvert?
Rortvet? Rortvet.
Yeah. He, I know he posted a tweet that said, I promise I am a real person.
Yeah.
But sometimes it doesn't seem that way. He's on the 10-day DL. I don't think he's been off the DL since we've gotten him. But even so, he's not going to be a roster person. He's going to be a minor leaguer.
Yeah.
He's not better than Higgy. He's certainly not better than Trevino.
Yeah, he's a depth catcher. These
Trevino,
are all they're all retro to Monday. So 10 days from Monday is next Wednesday, April 5th.
April 5th. Well, that's only those 2. Severino, Trevino, Canely, Rodon, and weirdly enough, Montas are all on the 15-day DL.
Yeah, Montas really threw me for one. How is he on the 15-day IL?
I was expecting the others, but Montas made no sense. The dude's not.
Yeah,
he's not going to be back until they said late season. He had surgery, didn't he?
Yeah,
it was best case scenario surgery, and it was very early.
I think the earliest he could pick up a ball was July, or were they saying that was the earliest we could expect him back, but don't expect him back then? I don't remember, but everything was. I mean, I feel like the general consensus was if we got him back in September,
that would be good.
That would be good.
And honestly, at this point, we may not. I mean, we haven't seen Clark Schmidt yet in regular season ball. I think he pitches Saturday. Not tomorrow, Saturday, which is today on this podcast.
Yes.
But we may not even need a Montas. He might be a bullpen arm by that point.
I mean, but still odd to put him on the. I don't know. There's
just weird.
Got to be a reason that he put him. They put him on the 15-day, right?
It's got to be all this weird stuff with the trade. Just as we were about to start, we got Corbin Brewer. Traded from the Rays minor leaguer. Rays minor leaguer got traded in, and he's expected to be on the roster. So I don't know. What I'm confused at is that they're moving him onto the 26-man roster. Are they getting rid of Florial? Or are they getting rid of?
They're moving him on the 26-man or the 40.
They moved him at least onto the 40, but
they're talking 26 too.
I'm only making the jumping assumption. And again, by Saturday, this might be, people are going to hear this and be like,
Duh.
This could be like my Calhoun prediction that he was going to be.
Say, I mean, Boone said they were going to have some sort of deal that would happen on Friday before the game. So is this it? And it just happened early? Or is the Florial thing or Florial or the Cordero or this guy, who is this? Corbin Brewer are well.
But my thing is that this is the deal he's talking about. He said that it would be a roster and make an impact to the roster by the next game. So if this is the one, then he would be presumably they're going to move him into the 26th roster, meaning they have to get rid of Florial or Cordeo. It'd be weird to get rid of Cordeo the day after you signed him.
Yeah. I mean,
and unless he has options, but
I'm not sure if he has options or not, but maybe he does. I don't know. Like it just both moves seem real
very
weird.
Odd.
And
very odd.
I mean, what's even another layer of odd is Boone even saying anything about it.
Yeah, Boone never says anything about.
He never says anything.
Moves.
Period. Like he always finds a way to say nothing.
Conversation. But he defends his guys and then doesn't say anything else.
Yeah.
So it's very odd to hear him talk about this in this way.
But that was weird.
Maybe this Montas. This is another weird thing. So I'm just going to assume that maybe all this has something to be related to each other. I just can't imagine that Montas is going to be. So all these guys, Severino, Trevino, Canely, Rodon, and Montas, right now would all be available, so to speak, on 5 days out, so the 10th.
Yeah, or at least no earlier than. No, that would be the 14th, right? 15 days, 2 weeks from last Monday would be the 14th. So no earlier than the 14th can all of those other ones come back.
Well, you said the
5th is,
we're talking about the 27th, right?
Oh, I didn't move my calendar. So it was right the first time. The 5th is 10 days from the 27th, and then the 11th would be 15 days.
Hold on. The 27th is 5 days to the 4th, and
it's 10 days to the 5th.
Oh my gosh. Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm now being unable to read.
Yeah, it makes sense that you're a Florida teacher, Ryan.
Oh man. Damn.
That's fair.
On the flip side, we both have worked all day. I mean, / watched a Yankee game at work today, and we're tired. I don't know.
Were you up till 1 a.m. editing to make sure your opening day pod went out today?
I was not. I don't know how to do that, so I was not up.
Well, anyway, so their day ends on the 5th, the 10-dayers, and then they would be available on the 6th, and then 10th would be the end for the 15-dayers, available on the 11th.
Or no sooner than they might go longer than those days.
Right, yeah. Some of these might go longer. I assume Trevino might go, or not Trevino. I don't know.
Severino.
Severino might be going a little bit longer.
Yeah. I'm glad it's not a 60-day stint like the last time. Yeah. Hopefully, I know they said, or at least Severino said, I think that he caught it much earlier than last time. Yeah. But, so hopefully that's decent news. And then Rodon, we had good news for Rodon last time. It was like he threw a bullpen.
Yeah, we talked about it in the last one. I think it was like he hit 30 bullpen, 30 pitches for the bullpen, and he expects to do at least one rehab or 2 rehab starts.
So he's working his way back, and he'll be back soon, and barring any setbacks, hopefully, knock on wood. But
right.
Yeah, and I think Canely also was like, this is not a big deal. We just need him not to touch a ball for like 10 days. And then, because it was like biceps tendonitis.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I guess my point is that with Canely and Trevino likely on the way back before the end of the month, before the end of April,
hopefully.
it just seems very odd to make some of these moves when we know that they're going to be dropped back down. I mean, obviously you have to make moves to fill in those spots.
You need those spots in April, and you definitely need bullpen arms in April. I mean, you're still making sure everybody's worked their way up, and you know.
So it's very odd to start off with 14 batters and 12 pitchers, and 2 of them being like outfielders that we will never use throughout this season.
Yeah, so, I mean, Florial did get to run for Stanton today.
Yes, he ran for Stanton, which is typically what he does when he's on the roster.
Yeah.
He's the Stanton runner in the
I guess they didn't change Cabrera's number. Never mind. I was going to say, notice they didn't change his number, but Schmidt got a new number. Maybe Cabrera likes 95.
He might. I mean, he was born in 95, so.
Oh, maybe that's okay.
I think.
Maybe. Well, if that's true, maybe that's why. People. You're like, you are an idiot. No.
You know what? I said he was born in 25 because he's young.
25?
And then 95 because he's young. And then I realized, wait a second, I'm not that young.
He was not, Ryan. Do you know when he was born?
He's going to tell me like 2000.
1999. You put your phone down.
Yeah, I'm old. Okay, so anyway, moving on from the IL stuff.
Nice.
So it's definitely a reality check when you're like, oh, those guys are young. They're probably born in 95, and then they're like, oh.
Yeah. I mean, Volpe is younger by a few days or like a couple of weeks, but younger than our niece. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's like, what?
Yeah, we gotta let her know.
We have to let her know.
She's gotta jump into the welcome to the club. Some debuters are now younger than you.
Younger than you. Yeah. I mean, that's just a matter of life now. I think last year, like something went around Twitter. It was like, who's the Yankee with the closest birthday to you? Like, and date of birth to you. And I'm like looking through it. I'm like, I think it's Stanton. It was either,
Stanton, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Stanton. No, it was Litke. It was Litke, and but now it might be Stanton. Now that now that Litke's not on the team, but I think it. So yeah, I was like, okay, that's not too bad.
I forgot who mine was. I wanted 28 years old.
You probably.
I say it was maybe Montas.
Maybe
no, Montas is like 30.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We could look. We could figure it out.
Yeah, it's not a big deal now. I just remembered it was a little bit older of a person than I expected.
Right, because you don't expect it. Because in baseball terms, a 28-year-old is like, whew, middle age. Yeah. You're starting. Oh, have you hit your prime yet? You probably need to.
You're getting over the hill, and you're on top of the hill, and when you're around 28 years old. But anyway,
unless you're judged, but
everything today just seemed really. It was a good time, other than some of these IL stuff. Obviously, again, Max Fried is not good news if you're a Braves fan or if you're just a fan of good pitching.
Talking about Twitter, did you see this morning? Like first thing this morning, New York Yankees, or I think.
Oh my God! Yes, I actually tweeted
I looked at it and I was like, oh my God, Stanton's not in the lineup because
I did the same thing.
Donaldson's at 4. Why is Stanton not in the lineup? Oh my God, what happened? And then I'm looking.
Yeah, that's my first thinking is I'm like, oh my God, Stanton's not in the lineup.
And thank God I saw
Hicks in the lineup. I saw Hicks in the lineup, and I said, Hicks over Cabrera. That's ridiculous. And I actually tweeted it out. I tweeted out that said Hicks in over Cabrera. This is ridiculous. And I was about to be like, and where's Stanton? I was actually about to send it to you saying, where is Stanton at? And then as I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, but who's playing right field then? And then I'm like, Hicks, right field. That's weird. I thought he was playing left field. Okay, who's playing left field? Left field, Hicks.
Like Hicks. Yeah.
I was like,
I'm so glad I didn't even see the double Hicks in the lineup, and I opened up the comments just to see like, is anybody else saying like, what the fuck happened to Stanton? And then I see somebody like go like, oh, like just like, oh, double Hicks, ha ha ha, and I was like, what? And I look back up and like totally got me, totally.
It 100% got me. I was literally about to call you and be like,
that's so strange. It's not like you guys that jump to conclusions.
Look, I mean, but we did. Well, Ryan retweeted it, but I did. I did try to look for further evidence before I freaked out. So,
well, I started freaking out with the Stan thing. My first thing I saw was Hicks in the lineup.
Right. And you're like,
and I said, and so my just first response was,
well, and that one, like we said, is kind of like,
well, you were expecting it. I said, looks like Hicks in the lineup. Right? I can't find it because I deleted it, so I don't know how you find it deleted.
I don't know.
Tweet, but yeah, it was something along the lines of, I expected this was going to happen, but Hicks is in over Cabrera, ridiculous, or something like that. Disappointing or something like that.
Yeah,
Cabrera deserved it, but. And then I realized
so glad that
Stanton was out. And then I started having a panic about like what's going on with Stanton. Who's playing right field? Hicks is playing right field. Well, who's playing left field? Oh, Hicks is playing. Wait. and that's when it dawned on me. And I looked at it and I saw it was Yankees. And I was like, God. But speaking of Twitter, along with that, I mean, like the New York Yankees page has gone off. I mean, just in general, Yankees Twitter is in, I guess, a good vibes era.
Yeah. The last few days have definitely been good vibes. I mean, I think the Volpe, bringing up Volpe definitely lit a fire.
Helped
under the Yankee fans. It feels hopeful and good again, instead of like, there's the Yankees getting in their own way.
Yeah. Yeah, and so I think I've seen multiple. I mean, my Twitter is for the first time. I mean, I know it's still very small compared to others, but first time over 100 followers on my Twitter account.
I created a new account just to clean it up, and so I did it
only because I was just already there.
I've had my old other one for so long that I don't even I don't know. It's easier to just start fresh. So I had no followers, so maybe it wasn't the best move, but whatever. Oh well.
No, mine for the first time gone up over 100 followers. I've seen many many people on Yankee Twitter talking about, this is my first time over 5. Like yesterday, I was at 300 this, and now I'm over 500.
Nice.
It's a lot of Yankee fans following other Yankee fans and being excited for the season. We almost had a guy on today who was going to join us, but he was pretty exhausted from the long day.
From all the excitement at the game.
Yeah. I messaged him. I said, we have a little bit of FOMO over here in Florida. I mean, it's cool to see a lot of these guys. I mean, I saw guys like Mario Gomez, Morty, I think
Madison.
DJ Lay MVP, Madison, Addison, Gabe. I think I already said Gabe, but all these guys were meeting up with each other, taking pictures with one another.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really cool Twitter can be such a
podcast was meeting up with people.
Yeah,
Twitter
can be such a cesspool, so it's really cool to see real life connections we made at the stadium, and people, cool vibes all around, and definitely jealous of those cool vibes because
if any of the Yankee Twitter people are going to be in any of the Tampa games coming down in Florida for a Tampa game over summer, let us know. I would love to look at a game if some of those guys are down and try to get tickets and meet up with people. But it's a really cool community. I'm sure that other teams are hopefully experiencing that same kind of thing, but just that we all have that same common bond over the Yankees and their season, and that we can all,
I mean, it's really exciting to find somebody who is just as obsessive as you are about your team, because I feel like, especially living in Florida, there are some Yankee fans, but sometimes you don't know if somebody's wearing a Yankee hat because, the Yankees are, just the most recognizable team in the world, but sometimes people just wear it for fashion, and so you don't know sometimes if like people are actually fans, and you just don't have those spaces.
Jay-Z made it famous, right?
What'd you say?
Jay-Z makes a Yankee hat more famous than a Yankee can.
Okay, look, Jay-Z, like, yeah. When that song came out, I was like, okay, I like you, Jay-Z, but like,
calm down.
calm down. Not allowed. Not allowed.
Ryan, question for you.
Yeah.
Is your phone on vibrate?
Yeah, it is. Sorry.
Is it next to your mic?
Yep.
That's been bothering me. I've been hearing it this whole time.
My bad.
All right. If you're listening to this pod and you heard a weird, that was Ryan.
That was right. Ryan's just getting,
Tweet
messages.
at him, please.
Sorry.
All good. Whatever. I listened to our last pod, Cliff, and I think you were eating something during like one part of it because I heard a big old crunch.
Oh, ice cubes.
Yeah. So.
Sorry.
I'm just saying. Anyway, Yankee Twitter is, we'll see if it lasts. Once somebody has a take that somebody doesn't agree with, sometimes factions can split. But for right now, vibes are cool. Vibes are good, and it's fun to see. And it'd be cool to be part of it in New York, but we're down here. Sad.
Yeah, it'd be nice to be able to be at the games where people are meeting up with each other, and again, I mean, I would love at some point in the future to be able to go to an opening day Yankee game, but right now that's not in the budget to be able to make that flight, get those tickets, get that flight back. But it would just be a cool experience to be able to
absolutely,
because I think going to a game in the middle of the season or at the end of the season, I mean, maybe there's still some hope as you're going into the playoffs. Like if you're hoping that playoffs are going to go, but usually middle of the season games, end of the season games comes with their frustrations.
I know when we went to the Rays game last year, by the time we were able to go, it was September, and it was like early September. So it was right off of that awful August. And we were we went to the game like, well, all we can hope for really right now is that Aaron Judge maybe we see an Aaron Judge home run, and we won't even bank on them.
Can't even hope on a win right now, but
so our mindset was definitely different going into that game than you do opening day. Opening day vibes should be high. Like if
opening day, anything is in the realm of possibilities. World Series.
Yeah. 162 is still in play, man. We're 1-0.
Yeah,
so I mean, and it's still, that doesn't mean that September games aren't fun. It's just you go into it kind of with a different mindset, and it would be cool to experience the opening day mindset, once.
Yeah, absolutely.
So one day maybe we'll be able to get up there. This year, though, I would really like. I know we've talked about. We always go to the Rays. We always try to go to the Rays game.
Yeah, I really want to do the Miami game.
Yeah, the Miami game would be cool. I did see that they're in Pittsburgh, and I know that would be a trip. But if we can make that work somehow, I would love to go watch the Yankees.
It's a great stadium.
Yeah, it's not really about watching them play Pittsburgh, right? It's like go see PNC Park. That'd be a pretty cool experience. So that, and I guess those would be my list this year to try to get to. When we went to Truist Park, it wasn't last year. It was the year before.
Year before. Yeah, that was when we just got Gallo.
Yeah, that's right. We were still very excited about getting Gallo. He made a really awesome play that game, I remember.
He did.
We were sitting right behind him. Yeah. So that was cool. But anyway, would love to, it's always been a dream of mine ever since that MasterCard commercial came out when I was like, I don't know, 12. I don't know how old I was, but that they had the goal to go to every single stadium for MLB. And I was like, I want to do that.
That would be
I
pretty
know
cool.
that's like a lot of people want to do that. I'm sure that commercial is part of that, but yeah, bucket list, definitely. So I keep trying to check off. I think I have 8 now.
Yeah, I've only got 3.
Well,
Sure.
I say 8, but Yankee Stadium is 2 of them, old and new. So, I mean,
Yeah. Well, I definitely would like to go to more. I've, like I said, I've only been to 3. I guess if we're counting that 4 stadiums, but 3 teams stadiums. Like, you know what I mean? Like I've been to the Yankees game, I've been to a Rays game, and then to the Atlanta one.
yeah.
So
Yeah. We just have to do it. We have to find a weekend, make a 4-day weekend out of it. We go to
Absolutely.
Kansas.
well,
yeah. All right.
yeah. So next week or next podcast, we're probably just going to go over.
Probably like the weekly recap, over the week, whatever else happened, and whatever we feel like talking about. Yeah. So, we'll try to keep this up weekly, if not more. I guess if something crazy happens, maybe we pull something.
Yeah, maybe we can jump on, talk about it.
But yeah, so typically weekly. Catch us on Saturdays, and yeah, thanks for watching.
Yeah, like and subscribe if you enjoyed listening to us talk for the last 60 minutes. I definitely
we appreciate you.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate you, Mom. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Thanks for continuing to share everything.
Yes. So follow us on the Damn Yanks _pod on Twitter and Instagram. And then for Facebook, follow us at Damn Yanks Pod, no underscore. Yes, I didn't say Damn Yankees. Right. So yeah, follow us there. Keep checking us out each week as we continue to share our obsessions with you over the Yankees.
That's right. All right.
See ya.